Hello, welcome to the 8th lecture of railway engineering. We saw about the rails in the previous two classes, and we saw about the sleepers. Today we are going to see about the ballast. That is the last part of the permanent way, last component of the permanent way. So today we are going to study about ballast. What are the functions of ballast, right? Requirements of it, and broken stones. This is a type of, we'll also see the types of ballast, and one which we are going to study is the broken stones ballast, right? Then track fittings and fastenings, we'll see. Purpose of fish plate, I have shown you what is fish plate and how it looks in the previous two lectures, right? Only elastic fastening concrete sleepers, that is your uh, Pandoral clips that we saw in the previous lecture. We are going to again see it and in depth how what is made up of all those things. Now ballast. Ballast is a granular material which is placed and packed below the and around the sleepers. If you see the previous image here, right? You see this. When you see this here, you can see the aggregates or the stones. You can see the stones on the sides also. Right, you can see here also. These are nothing but your ballast, which has been provided in and to the sides of the sleepers, so that it will hold the sleepers and it will not allow the sleepers to move from its position. So for that purpose, this ballast is being provided. Right? The ballast is an important constituent of conventional track structures. It's important as grown with the increasing the axial loads and the train speed. As the train speed is increasing, as the axial load, that is load which is coming from the train on the tracks, which is increasing, so the requirement of the ballast is also very important because of that. Right? The whichever lines we have marked with the red is very important. So I have marked with the red so to highlight it. Ballast is a tightly ramped under the sleepers for transporting the loads. It is termed as packing. When you in between these sleepers, if there are two sleepers and you pack that sleepers with between the two sleepers, you pack that gap with the ballast. Then that ballast is called as packing. That process is called as packing. If these are your two sleepers been placed, and these are your two sleepers, so you put the aggregates here like this, and you pack it or you ramp it with the rammer, consolidate it. That is called, process is called as packing. It is referred as a boxing when a loose filled on the slopes and thrown around the sleepers. If now what you have done is you have packed it from the sides, right? From here you have packed it. Here also you have done that, but on the sides what you have done, you have just thrown it, you have not packed it, you have just thrown over it on the sides. So this portion where you fill it and ramp it, consolidate it, is called as packing. When you just place it to the sides, right? When you place it on the sides with the slope, providing a slope on the sides, right? It is called as boxing. Right? When you just place it loosely without compaction on the sides along with the slope, right? It is called as boxing. Can you see this? If you see this image, whatever is in between on this side of the rail, take this color, this is your end of the rail, right? That side also you have the end of the rail, So whatever is placed in between the sleepers, can you see here and here between the rails also, that packing is done with the consolidation. Proper packing is done, right? That is called as packing. And whatever is been placed at this slope like this, it is loosely placed, right? You can see here it is just placed over here without any compaction. So that is called boxing. All together it is called as ballast bed. When both boxing and packing together, if you see it, it is a ballast bed. It is what? It is a ballast bed. The next is functions. What are its functions? It distributes the load uniformly over the formation, right? It will provide elasticity and resilience to the track. It drains off the rainwater from the track because it has some voids in it. It doesn't allow the water to percolate, it just allows it to flow. It doesn't allow the water to stand there, right? It prevents the lateral and longitudinal movements of the sleepers. It holds the sleepers holds the rails. To hold the sleepers in positions when train passes over them, the ballast is being provided. To prevent the growth of weeds inside the track, if due to some conditions what happens, water starts standing over that place, then the weeds will grow because we provide ballast, right? And water doesn't stand there, so weeds doesn't grow. Weeds means what? The unwanted plants that grows around the track or anywhere. Unwanted grasses that will grow, the plants that grow unwanted, which are not of use. You call it jungly trees, right? Jungly plants that grows near your house also. And if there is an open space and it is left as it is, the small plant starts growing there, and it is not of use. So such plants and grasses are called as weeds, right? To protect the formation from direct exposure from rain, frost, and sun, because the formation is covered with the blast, so it doesn't directly come in contact with the atmosphere. Requirements, right? It should allow easy and quick drainage of track. Same thing you have to write. It should have no chemical reactions with the rails or steel sleepers. Right? It should not come in contact with the sleepers of the rail. It should not have any chemical reactions. It should be cheap and easily available. It should be capable of maintaining the depth uniformly throughout, so that the loads are distributed evenly on the formation. It should distribute the load which is coming over it uniformly. It should be easy to clean. It should have good workability. When you are placing it, when you are compacting it, should be easily done. It is called as workability. The ease with which you work is called workability. So it can be easily laid on the formation. Now one of the type of blast is broken stones. And if you have seen the small aggregates or the aggregates that I have shown in the pictures, and say aggregate, we in the railway engineering call it the blast, right? So it might be of granite or of basalt. Mostly it is of basalt. It depends upon what type of blast is used, depending upon the type of material available nearby, locally available materials, right? But mostly we try go for a hard quality stones that are trap, quartzite or granite or basalts. The broken stones satisfy all the requirements of blast. By blast, blast is the most with all requirements is fulfilled by the blast, so it is a most favorable type of blast that we can use. Mostly this type of blast is used in Indian railways, right? Broken stones is produced from stones of good quality. It should be hard, tough and non-porous. It should not allow water to penetrate to it. Graded stones from 50 mm to 20 mm provided with the maximum stability. The graded stones, when we grade stones, whatever we require between 20 mm to 50 mm, not more than that we take, or not less than that is taken. provides more distributability. So we go for such size between 50 mm to 20 mm. The large size stones are used in the flat bottom of sleepers, okay, such as wooden sleepers or concrete sleepers or cast iron sleepers. They transfer the loads in the uniformly. Good quality hard stones are normally used for high speed tracks. These are the features of the broken stone ballast. Next is these fish plates are used to connect the rails and sleepers together to form a track is known as fixtures or fastenings. With the help of the fish plates and other fastenings, right, you connect the rails to rails or rails to sleepers. So this connection that is called as fixtures or fastenings. The purpose is to in order to ensure the smooth running of trains, right? Fish plates are these plates used to maintain proper alignment in the rails, and it connects the two rails strongly or correctly. It holds the alignment and it will connect the two rails, two rail ends, and also allows the expansion and contraction to happen. And it is not that it doesn't allow, it allows. At each joints, a pair of fish plates are used. Holes are drilled through the plates and the web of the rail, right? And the rails are joined together by tightening the fish bolts with the help of nuts. Elastic fastenings. We saw that elastic fastenings in the concrete which holds the sleepers and rails. These fish plates are used to connect the rails to rails, but the elastic fastenings are used to connect the or hold the rails over the sleepers. Right. These are in the form of clips. Various types of clips have been developed through years. Some of the elastics are listed below. The first one is the pandural clips or the elastic rail clips, you can say. It is made up of silico-manganese spring steel bars of a diameter 20.6 mm and it is heat treated. It can be fixed on the wooden, cast iron or concrete sleepers with the help of the base plate or any other ancillary fittings. Right? It is widely used on the concrete sleepers on the Indian Railways. I have shown the image to you about the pandural clips. One more is INR 202. This is a new type developed version of the pandural clips, but this is not yet used, right? But pandural clips are widely used. These are designed 2 blocks RCC sleepers for 2 blocks RCC sleepers. These are for not monoblocks. For monoblocks, we provide pandural clips. We saw another type of rails sleepers, right? Where there is a concrete block here and here. There is a gap between, and their gap is been held by a. I'll show you. This is your right. This is your one block. This is your second block, right? And in between there is a dowel barrier. So in that case, we use which type of fastening we use to hold the sleepers in place, or the we use what type of fastening? We use IRN 202, which is suitable for 2 blocks. 2 blocks. And for monoblock or single block, we use what? We use pandural clips or elastic rail clips. This clip is manufactured by Republic Forge of Hyderabad using silico-manganese spring steel bars. Only its shape is different and the size is different. There the thickness was how much? 20.6, and the thickness or the diameter is around 18 mm. Right? So this is a difference. We'll see the image here. Right? This is your pandural clips, or first one is used for monoblocks and this is used for 2 blocks. right? It is very difficult to write over this smart pad, so on a mobile, while doing the presentation. So don't go on handwriting, just understand. This is what is how it looks. INR 202 clip, right, which is manufactured in Hyderabad with the same material. It is silico-magnesious steel, right? This was about the blast, right? We'll also study next in the next class about the joints, which are the weakest points in the wheel track.